Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Mavens, a podcast where we watch and review 2 movies that are related in some way. We call it a spicy double feature.
The films can be related through director, actor, plot setting, or even title. I'm one of your hosts, Annie Janes.
And I'm Carsen Green, and this week's spicy double feature is Five Nights at Freddy's and Brigsby Bear.
Both of these films feature creepy kids creatures and kind of pathetic early 20s men.
And we also have a guest on the show. We have Brittney Brombacher, co-founder of What's Good Games. Hello, Brittney. Thank you for coming on the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me. This is fun for me because I never critique or criticize movies because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Video games, different story, but movies, I've never gotten to do this, so this is very fun for me.
That's so exciting. Okay, on that topic though, I'm curious how you feel specifically about horror games versus horror movies.
Oh, this is fun. Okay, so
maybe you should also tell a little bit to our audience about what kind of games you get down on too, because I know you're a horror girl.
Yeah. So I love horror video games, and I always have since I was little. Started with Resident Evil 2 when I was 8 years old, which I cannot recommend anybody ever does that because I had nightmares for years and was scarred. But I loved the adrenaline of being scared. So ever since
you're and now that's my whole personality, but don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it though. Don't do what I did. Wait till you're old enough. But no, I've always loved the adrenaline of being scared. So love horror video games. But it's interesting because when it comes to movies, horror movies, specific ones, I like to be very intoxicated when I watch them because I find them more terrifying than horror video games, which I feel like is backwards. Because I feel like when I'm in a video game, I'm able to control my surroundings and I'm able to, really take in every little detail and I'm just able to disconnect. But when I'm watching a movie, I'm not in control of what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm doing. And I think that's where I'm I need alcohol. So I love going to Halloween Horror Nights every year at Universal Studios. My husband and I have gone every year for 10 years at this point. Anyway, one of the first, haunted houses that we ever saw. Well, I originally wanted to go there because Resident Evil, the movie. No, Resident Evil, the game that had a house based off of it. The movies came out a long time before that. Anyway, so I wanted to watch the movies that correlated with the haunted houses. And anyway, the whole point of the story is one of them was The Exorcist. And this was 10 years ago. And I had never ever mustered up the balls to watch The Exorcist. I just could never do it. So I think I took 4 or 5 shots of whiskey before I watched it. And ever since then, I'm this is great. I can watch horror movies now. So that's how I learned.
Is just be really drunk.
Be really drunk because then your reaction time is delayed, right? And so you see something on screen and you're there it is. It's okay. I'm fine.
By the time you notice you're scared, the threat has passed.
Yeah. So that's why this is such a perfect episode for me to come on because, it's that perfect cross-section of horror video games and a horror movie. But I will say Five Nights at Freddy's. I've played maybe twice in my life and then can't touch it. Too scary.
Okay. When we get into the movie review, I also would like to ask you about your experience with that game.
Yeah.
The fear from both, because it's different. And I myself played Five Nights at Freddy's for the first time, 30 minutes ago so that I could experience it. So yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. That does feel backwards to me because I think in a horror game, making me do the thing is I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I have to do it because the only other option is put down the controller and don't play the game.
Right. Carsen, do you play horror video games at all?
Okay, I don't play video games at all.
Okay.
I wasn't born with that gene.
That's fair.
Comically,
Carsen is our resident non-gamer.
Excellent.
Yeah, comically bad even, I would say.
It's always good to have that perspective though.
I think it is important, and I love when you throw me a really big curveball wait, all games don't come out on all consoles.
Oh,
these are where this is where we are with games. So
Love it.
Yeah, no, I mean, Annie has taught me so much about games, just like literally passively talking about it on the podcast. But I gotta say, like, I have enjoyed watching the evolution of video game culture over the years. I really appreciate, I guess, yeah, like the introduction of the female perspective, which, like, I don't know. I admire your podcast. I admire what you guys do.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's really important to put your perspective out there. Yeah, unfortunately,
For sure.
not a gamer. Annie has even tried to get me to play some easier things, but I don't know. I think like
Hey,
at
man,
this point,
it's just not a thing for some folks, and that's okay.
but
Yeah.
I will say I do like to watch people play games, and I have watched people play horror games. Like, you know, turn off all the lights, and yeah, maybe there's a few drinks involved. It's I would say that to me is scarier than horror movies, just because I'm not in control at all. I don't know what's going on. Like,
You're actually now. This is the third.
This
option.
is the third
There's, like,
watching someone else play a horror game. Oh God, we're getting so meta here. No, I also love watching. I know we have like a movie to actually talk about, but real quick, Annie, there's this game out in Carson. You might appreciate this. It's called Don't Scream. Have you seen it?
Oh no, I
think
haven't.
it's called Don't Scream. Essentially, so what it does is it utilizes your microphone. And it's like this FMV Blair Witch POV where it looks like you're in the middle of the woods. And the idea is you play for 10 minutes and the mic is picking you up. And if you scream, you die. And I've been watching people play that game, and it is creepy. So if you're looking for something spooky to watch, especially if you're just into watching people play games, check it out, because that one's a really fun one to watch because there's not a lot of mechanics involved. You literally are just watching someone walk around and try not to get spooked.
So is there? Okay, what's the like rules on this microphone pickup? Like, if I were to go like, oh fuck, is it gonna like?
I think it would pick
you're
up.
dead?
Yeah, I think it depends on
Okay.
the sensitivity. I did see one person jump and they smacked their mic, and that was a game over. But then I was watching
Yeah.
someone who was able to like whisper into the microphone, and then that was not a
Yeah.
game over. I think it might pick up on peaks. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it's creepy because there's no rhyme nor reason to the jump scares, which usually you can anticipate those, right, and film in
Yeah.
movies. But this one, not really. So yeah, it's really good.
that's fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
After playing Five Nights at Freddy's earlier, I don't think I would have the guts to play it.
No.
Because I played one night of those 5. That's all I lasted.
Nope. It's terrifying. It's because you just want to keep everything shut. You don't want to have to, but then you can't, because then everything runs out. Then you're being attacked by possessed animatronics.
I hate it.
What a life.
And the fact that like the camera, like even looking at the camera drains the power, that is so unfair.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
I'm like, but this is my whole job.
this is your job.
This is why you brought me here.
God. Ah.
Part of me is like, if I never look at the cameras, do they never come for me? But I'm sure they do.
And that's another game I've been watching people play too. It's Five Nights. It gets intense. I don't know if you've seen the actual speedrunners, not speedrunners, but people who know what they're doing. It's like bam, 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 click, click, click. Like there's little signs and telltale like signals that someone's coming closer to you. If like a certain character is not in a certain camera viewpoint, then you know they're probably on their way to you. And then if you like take down your camera, there's gonna be like a fucking Freddy right in your face, and it's a whole thing. It's terrifying.
Okay.
Yeah.
After playing it, I was like, I don't know why I didn't just like YouTube somebody playing this game. I don't know why I feel like I had to experience it firsthand, but that sounds
it's a rite of passage.
It is. I couldn't call myself a gamer unless I tried it. So, let's move on though and talk about what we've been watching before we get to our movie. Carson, do you want to start?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So, I watched the show on Hulu. I don't know if you guys have seen many advertisements for it, but it's literally on every bus stop here. And so finally I gave in. It's called The Other Black Girl on Hulu. I think it's based on, I want to say it's based on a novel. And it's about this black woman who works for a publishing company, and basically like it's just a ton of other white people who work in this publishing company. And she's always trying to push for diversity in like the literature that they're working on. in just like the culture, the office culture, DEI, and that sort of thing. And then another Black woman gets hired in the office. However, then things start to get really strange and weird.
Corporate America's like, what if there were two?
Ooh, I mean, you got this pitch is very interesting. I'm like, ooh, I'm excited to see where it goes.
The patriarchy's like, I don't know. Sounds scary. Oh my god. Okay, where does it go from there?
Right.
Well, so then it kind of gets a little sketchy, and then like the new hire, the new girl, she has like a really checkered and strange past, and they're dealing with the one and only editor, the one and only Black editor who worked at that place. They found out that she committed suicide many years ago, and so they're like going down this whole like investigation about who was involved with the people that they still work with. And then the new hire, so she has like a stalker who approaches our main character and is like, stay away from her. And it just like, there's a lot of intrigue. It's 10 episodes. I think they're like half hour, 45-minute episodes. I gotta say, I was like super into it for probably, I watched the whole first season and I was really into it for like 6 episodes. And then it just kind of like, unfortunately, it didn't stick the landing for me, which, you know, I mean,
like the end of the first season?
Yeah. And Annie knows this. I am not a huge TV person. So for me to like stick out an entire season of TV, like I wanted to like the ending, but it didn't stick it for me. I this is not something I can recommend to either of you or any of the listeners.
Dang.
I know.
I'd be curious.
I know.
I don't know if you want to spoil it, but I'm just curious. Why didn't the ending stick? Was like a stupid plot twist or one of those cliche things? Oh, okay.
That one. Yeah. It was
all right. Dang.
You nailed it. Well, do you think that the plot twist was there to like get people to come to season 2? Is it one of those?
I mean, maybe. It also like kind of flowed with the motif of this kind of like mystery motif it was going for. And so like I can see why, and I can see like where it was coming from, but can I spoil it?
Yeah.
It sounds like we shouldn't watch this.
Yeah.
Okay. It ended up being like like some Illuminati stuff.
Of course.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Suddenly Illuminati.
like Alexa, stop. Oh, I don't know why Alexa started talking.
Alexa is like, no, don't tell my secrets.
I didn't know.
Don't spoil it.
I was like, who are you shouting at? I didn't know Alexa was on. I couldn't hear her.
Okay, yeah. So it ended up being like some sort of Illuminati stuff where the new girl, Hazel is her name. I don't remember what our original character's name, but Hazel was working with one of the authors who published like a huge, really famous book with that publishing company like 35 years before. She ended up working with her in this Illuminati plot, and they wanted to get our Black girl. They wanted to get her and recruit her into their Black girl Illuminati.
So she joined.
So she got hired at the publishing company to recruit
her.
Yeah.
Why don't you just send like a postcard? Yo, want to join my Illuminati?
Yeah, it seems like a convoluted way.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like her best friend, our character, her best friend, like is kind of sketched out by Hazel, and so she starts her own little investigation, like going down the whole rabbit hole. It was just like, it ended up, it got convoluted, unfortunately. So
see, that's always disappointing. And games do that a lot too, where you have like this really interesting story, and you're like, how the hell are they gonna explain this? And then it's like, oh, okay. I think the only game, Annie, that ever pulled that off in a way that I was like super surprised by was Horizon Zero Dawn, and I thought that explanation for that whole. Have you played that?
I have never beaten
Okay,
it.
well then if you ever do,
I got like 40 hours.
if you ever do and you get to the ending, Carson, this is an example of a game where there's this really like interesting setup, and you're like, how the hell are they going to explain this? How are they going to stick this landing? And they actually do, and it's brilliant. And you never see like, yeah. I won't say any more than that, but yeah.
The thing that's been holding me back from playing those games is that, like, I just when I've played like 40 hours or whatever, never beat it because I'm like, they're not gonna pull this off.
Oh, they do, baby, they do. Yeah.
Then the new one came out and it looks so pretty, but I was like, okay, I will go back. I will play it.
Yeah. It's very, very fascinating. Well, that's a bummer, Carson, but I mean, at least you got a few episodes of enjoyment.
Yeah.
It's like a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
In genre?
Okay. Yeah. There's like some. Okay, it opens with a scene of like the editor that I said committed suicide. We see her ghost. Like, that's our opening scene. So I'm like so in. I'm like, hell yeah. And then it just.
And then the Illuminati.
And then the Illuminati.
Illuminati ghosts.
Everywhere. Yeah. Unfortunately. Anyway, Britt, what have you been watching? Have you watched anything, or what game have you played recently? Either or.
So everyone who knows me knows the only show I have actually ever watched is Judge Judy, because I'm
wait. Wait, I didn't know.
You didn't know this, Annie. Yes.
No, this was never dropped.
Dude, it's so funny. Like, dude, I love her so much. I literally have her autograph in my bedroom. I am obsessed with that woman. Hello, the most interesting guest you've ever had right here.
You know that gif of her going like this?
Oh yeah.
I do that that is like one of my physical traits that I do.
I've seen her do it.
Yes, it's so good. No, so I've just, it's interesting. I've never been a TV watcher. Even when I have a treadmill and I have a TV in front of my treadmill, when I'm running, I'd prefer to watch video game cutscenes than TV. Like, I'm a fucking nerd, y'all. So I don't know, but I think I watched 24 back in the day once. I watched all of True Blood back in the day, and I've watched some anime. And like, that's pretty much it. When it comes to movies, I always rope my husband into watching scary movies with me. Like, that's my thing. But yeah, like, I just don't really watch a lot of movies or TV, and that's, again, it's Judge Judy, and that's only when I'm eating, because it's such a dopamine hit, man. But if we're gonna talk about video games, this is actually perfect, because one of my most anticipated games releases this week, and it is called Like a Dragon Gaiden: The Man Who Erased His Name. Now, Annie, are you familiar with Yakuza at all? Like, have you played them? I can't remember.
I haven't played them, but my husband has.
Okay.
And I like see it over his shoulder. And we plan to play like one at some point, because the way that they are, is so like kooky. Like, the way that it's weird is why we want to play
exactly. So I'll keep this short, Carson, so you kind of understand what this game and series is about, because there's like 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 games in this freaking franchise.
Cool.
So the Yakuza series is now known as Like a Dragon, but we'll call it Yakuza. It follows...
Oh my god, okay. I never heard that.
Heard what?
That just made so many things make sense.
Oh, the Like a Dragon rebrand?
Yes.
Yeah. Because Ryoga Gotoku means like a dragon, and so it's like this whole... And it's a whole fucking... That's in the weeds. It follows a legendary Yakuza member named Kazuma Kiryu, and his story spans from the 1980s until present day. And he is the whole series is like this serious crime drama where there's death and betrayal and violence and all of the bad things. But at the same time, one of your quests in the video game might be to catch a panty thief. It's wacky, and it is so weird and silly, and it's this like crazy mix of serious and just like, again, silly. Anyway, there's 7 games that span his entire journey, and the very last game, 6, that was supposed to be the send-off to him. It's supposed to be like this, okay, like, you've had your moment, we're gonna move on now to the new protagonist, Ichiban. But then in Ichiban's story, Kiryu shows up again. So the point of this game, Like a Dragon Guide and the Man Who Erased His Name, and I know this is really confusing, but it's my moment.
I'm sticking with you. I'm sticking with you.
It tells the story between Kiru's final game and Ichiban's game. What was he up to during that time period? Why is he back in the fold? And there's a new game coming out in January called Infinite Wealth, and Kiru's me playing a very big part in that game. So this game sets up the new game. It introduces new players to him as a character, and it kind of fills in some gaps narratively. And anyway, I'm a huge fan of this series, obviously. Love it so much. And this game is really, really, really fun, and it's really good, and I loved it, and I cried, and I laughed, and I hollered, and it made me feel all of the emotions.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I know that sounds so basic. It's really good, but it just really is. I mean, it's a shorter experience. I wrapped up in about 30 hours, and that's with doing most of the side content in this video game. The main narrative you can wrap up in 10 to 13.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is music to my ears, personally.
Yeah, so if you want to play a game, Annie, it's hard because I'm always going to say start with Zero because that's like his very first game. But, you know, if you don't think you're going to have the time for it, this could be a good jumping off point for you and your husband to play it.
Okay.
Because it does introduce you to the man he is today. And if you're going to play Infinite Wealth at all, you know, you're going to want to play this one. So.
Okay. It'll be interesting. When we went to Japan, my husband was like, in the Yakuza games
I'm
all the
so
time.
jealous.
Like, this street's in the Yakuza game.
During the pandemic. So I didn't get into the series until, like, the pandemic because I was... They diagnosed me with bronchitis, but I think it was probably COVID. I got it at PAX East 2020. Before everything shut down, right? And I got very, very sick. And the doctor's like, we don't have tests, so we're just going to diagnose you with bronchitis. Good luck. So
Oh my God, they didn't even know what it was.
Yeah. So I was sick for about 2 weeks, and I just wanted to play a game that made me feel good. So I started this entire series, and I became like, I finished all 7 games in like 2 months. And during one of those like moments of weaknesses, I watched like POV perspective of people walking through Kabukicho, which is, you know, right? Mm-hmm. And it was so funny because they would turn corners and be like, I know that's where Don Quixote is going to be. And that's where that restaurant's going to be. Because I had just lived in those games for so long. So yeah, like I feel like if I were to go to Japan, I'd be able to get around that district relatively easily.
You probably could because it's very accurate according to my husband. We did go in the Don Quixote.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Was it wacky?
We did at first like as a meme, and then we were like, shit, we need something for under $5. We better go into Don Quixote. I will say, okay, can I just talk about Don Quixote now for a second? The world needs to know, because I didn't know. Okay, in Japan, Carson, there's a Ross Dress for Less vibe, but like the entire, like all the amount of products of a Walmart in 7 floors, like in the middle of Tokyo.
Wait. I think
We're all over Japan as well.
No, I think I went to one of these.
Did you? There's like a penguin with a Santa hat on is like their little...
Really?
Yeah. Dude,
oh wait. This is an aside, but I was thinking about it the other day. At one of these stores, I bought I went in like 2016. So I bought a Dyson hairdryer. And this was before they were in America. So whenever I saw it in this store, I was like, I need to buy this right now. Mm-hmm. Little did my brain know, little did I know that would not work at home here in America.
Oh, yeah.
And so
because of the wattage or something?
Yes, because of the wattage. And I called customer service and I was like, oh my God, I made a mistake, please. And they were like, sorry, you voided the warranty when you left the country. And I was like,
oh no.
So needless to say,
stayed in Japan.
I no longer have a Dyson hairdryer.
Oh man, what an expensive, useless souvenir.
Anyway, sorry, but yes, I have been to those stores.
Oh man, I need to go so bad. Did they play the song too?
Yeah, they did play the song, and we didn't notice it at first, but then we were like, this place has a theme song too, because we went into Bic Camera, which is like a big like electronics version of Don Quixote, and they have a theme song going that like to this day still gets in my head, and it's literally just like biku 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 camera. Like it's just that like over and over again, and the Don Quixote one had like more words to it.
Oh yeah, Oh gosh, I need to go so bad. Anyway, so that's
Very
what I've been
cool.
up to. I've been playing that game and I loved it so much. So Carson, thank you for smiling and nodding while I went off. It reminds me of my good old days on What's Good Games, where my co-hosts do literally the same thing. They're just like, okay.
No,
cool.
I appreciate. I don't know what you're talking about, but I appreciate the passion
Thank
with
you.
which you're speaking. So
Thank you.
I'm a captive audience.
That's all. See, that's what a good friend is, and that's all that matters.
Hell yeah.
They are, Carson. I would say they are camp. Like as far as
Ooh.
video games go, the tone
Yeah.
I would say is camp. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
Britt?
I would.
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
It's there's literally nothing like it that I can think of that exists in the entire like video game realm, games like that. So it's kind of hard to describe, but that is a good way of putting it. Yeah.
The serious melodrama of it all
Mhm.
meets like
The wackiest side missions.
yeah, like let's go spank men dressed as babies. Or
Yeah,
or whatever that one is.
exactly. Yeah, that's one of the recruitable characters in this game is the big diaper guy. Yeah, it's true.
Love that. Fun.
Okay, I do want to give a shout out to Barry because I finally finished it, you guys.
Wow.
Barry
What's Barry?
is a show on Max,
Okay.
HBO Max, HBO.
Google.
That Bill Hader from SNL like wrote and directed all of, or he wrote all of it, created all of it, directed some of it.
Starred in it.
And starred in it. He starred in all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the tone is like starts pretty funny. It starts like more comedy, and then by the end you're just like, this is a nightmare. This is so dark and everything's fucked.
It sounds
it's
like Yakuza.
so intense. Oh, interesting.
Ah.
Okay. Maybe so, because the tone of Barry like is one of my favorite things about the show, and why I think it's like one of the best shows ever.
Oh,
I'm officially deciding for myself.
Wow.
One of
Wow.
the- yeah. Because it goes from this like really sad, intense darkness to like that is so funny, and it can pull me between the two really well. And like one enhances the other. And it went places that I never ever would have expected it to go, and I thought that the last season was like a masterpiece. That show is so good. I want to rewatch it. Like, I know it's one of the shows that I'm like, this will be an inspiration to me in my own work. It's like that good to me.
Wow.
How
God
much
Hard
dang,
recommend.
that's some good praise. Wow.
How much did you have to catch up on?
The last season came out. This is bad. I don't know if it was like this year or last year, because I just got so behind. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was literally just Zelda coming out.
I think it was that and White Lotus. They had the same finales, I think.
So season 4,
Wow.
April 16th to May 28th, 2023.
What was I doing then?
Or maybe it was Succession.
That was Zelda,
I think
wasn't
it was
it?
Succession.
Zelda came out.
Wasn't that May?
May?
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe that's what you were doing.
I was. Okay, you know what? It's also that weird thing I do where it's like when I know I love something or I know I'm going to love it, I have a really hard time
Watching it end.
like getting into it, finishing it, because like I don't want it to go away. It also can feel like work to me, because I'm like, this is so up my alley. I need to like give it my everything.
Sure.
I need to give it like my full attention, because like I want to understand it. I want to be inspired by it. I want to like,
I get it.
I don't know.
I
So
totally
it feels
get it.
like work. So then I'm like hovering over this show that as I'm saying now, one of the greatest shows ever made. And then I'm like, and we're going to watch Survivor because it's easy.
It almost gives me
Yeah.
like a sense of anxiety if I know there's like a really good game I want to play, and I'm like, I have so much other stuff going on. I want my mind to be free of distractions before I can actually sit down and enjoy this thing, because I want, So I get it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like it might be that you're afraid of being disappointed also a little bit? Like, did you put it off because you're like, this has to be good?
Like this better be good? Like a threat?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But I can see that thought though, like well, what if it's not as good as everyone's saying it is? But for me it feels more like Britt said, of like, I need my full headspace and I don't have it.
Yeah.
But then it's like, as time goes on, I feel like I have it less and less. So
yeah.
Where does it go?
To the ether. I don't know.
It just soaks into my pillow at night, I think.
Oh my God.
That makes so much sense.
Seepage. Well, speaking of seepage.
Best segue ever.
Should we talk about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Hi, this is Mike. I was just calling to see if that job that you offered was still available.
Yes. The security guard.
I will take anything.
This place was huge in the 80s with the kids. They shut it down years ago. The owner's just not ready to let it go yet.
I will work and you will sleep.
I understand.
Give me your hand.
All you have to do is keep your eyes on the monitor.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's, where fantasy and fun come to life.
Okay.
You must be new security guard.
Can I help you, officer?
Have you met them yet?
Met who?
Them.
Okay, Annie, would you please hit us with some facts?
Yeah, certainly. Five Nights at Freddy's was written by Scott Cawthon, who was the creator of the game, Seth Kudabak, and Emma Tammy. It was directed by Emma Tammy. Shout out, female director. Wow. Starring Josh Hutcherson, Matthew Lillard, and Elizabeth Lale. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right. It had a $20 million budget, which is very low. And I don't know if you guys saw, but this movie made so much money. This is like the highest grossing horror film of the year.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, it was like doing crazy at the box office, which is wild because it's also out on Peacock.
Thank you for telling me that, by the way. That saved my butt.
I wouldn't want to leave the house for this. That's where I'll start the review.
Yeah, that's a good place to start it. Yeah.
And lastly, it has a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score, 88%.
Yeah, I saw that.
Interesting.
Huge divide.
It's really interesting. And I think a lot of it comes down to, it was interesting for me to watch this movie because generally I'm on the fan side of things, which means like I know all the lore inside and out. I'm in that headspace. I'm going to pick up every little Easter egg and every little reference. And with Five Nights, like I have a general understanding of the overall lore from the game. So, when there is, because we do spoilers, right? Just want to make sure. Okay.
Yes.
So when it's like, like these animatronics are possessed by the spirits of kids. I'm like, yes, I knew that. But a lot of the...
You're like, duh.
But a lot of the other weird shoe-in narrative moments, I was like, I don't understand why that's here. But then you read the audience reviews. All the audience reviews are like the narrative moments are because of the lore. It's because this is what's true to the game. This is why we love it so much. It's because everyone knows that William, whatever the fuck his name is the dude that killed everybody, and everyone knows he has a daughter. So that's a really interesting tie-in. And da da da. And I was like, okay, well, I guess if you're a fan, you're going to really appreciate those moments. But for me, like what I had really kind of hoped this movie would have been was something maybe along the lines of the first Saw. But where it's just kind of like this one main big set. And I'm thinking about the security office, right? And just get really creative with that. That could have been a really good horror movie. But instead it was this weird thing of like, I don't even know, like custody rights and Aunt Jane and fucking what the hell.
Literally... Yeah, I had the same thought. Like, I feel like this movie promises us one thing, which is like spooky animatronics fucking shit up inside of Freddy's.
Yeah.
Freddy Fazbear, whatever. And we didn't get that. We instead got like a 3-way custody battle. And it was That's so wild to hear that was the lore, because I felt the same way, that it was like bogged down by just like bad story ideas. And
Yeah.
what's then strange to me is that the movie felt like a hand-holding version of the lore.
Yeah.
To the fans. So I'm surprised the fans like it. Like if I was a fan, I think I would still want like that bottle episode, that Saw version of like, this is just a story that takes place, a single story that takes place inside the world, and that's nothing else. It doesn't need to explain William and his hot cop daughter and like anything else.
At least she was hot, fun to look at. But...
I had no idea that this was a video game.
See?
Literally.
We need this perspective.
See, that's what we're talking
We have the
about.
Venn diagram.
Literally. So I watched it the other day, and my boyfriend and I originally wanted to see it in a theater like a couple of weeks ago whenever it came out. Thank God we didn't. But I watched it without him the other day, and then yesterday I was telling him about it, and then he said, "Oh yeah, apparently it's like it's supposed to be famously or maybe infamously a very simple game." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like, what's the game?" And he was like, it's a game, like it was based on a video game. No clue. Literally.
Oh, wow.
It did not even seep in at all. I was envisioning like, I wanted like some Chuck E. Cheese, like I wanted to tie in from that. Like I wanted this to be written in the 80s when like, yeah, Chuck E. Cheese was popular, and I wanted it to kind of like be based off of that. I literally had no idea. So this is good intel. This is interesting.
I love that you didn't know that though, because I'm curious, like having seen the movie without knowing that.
Yeah.
Like, did this make any sense to you? Were you just like, yeah, sure, animatronics, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I can suspend disbelief for a movie. I don't need to have it.
Was there any? You had no like you had no suspicions about the video game thing.
No,
it didn't reveal itself at all.
No, not at all. No. Okay, so it's interesting. What stood out to you as being kind of like bogging down the story was the whole custody battle thing, which we'll have to talk about that character and that actress. What really bogged it down for me was how many times we had to watch Garrett drive away.
Oh, yeah.
Too many times. You were in that dream.
And that was just a weird... And this is like what I'm getting at. I think when you think about a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, right, which is again based off of a video game, and I think that's how the majority of people probably know it, right, is again like Annie was telling, was it before the call started? Either way, how, you know, the main premise is you're in a security office, you have limited power, like little voltage at your disposal to keep these wandering animatronics out at night, because they wander and they're trying to get closer to you and they're trying to kill you, right? And that's why I was, again, like just kind of, and the game is so scary. It's like one of the scary games that I cannot play because it's so terrifying. And I'm just really sad that that wasn't the direction they were going in. And I saw some folks saying, you know, well, if you were following the movie, you would know that that was never the intent. This was never intended to be a true blue horror experience. But then I just feel like you're missing your audience, because the folks who see Five Nights at Freddy's are going to expect a horror film. And at one point I was like, oh, Freddy's kind of cute. I'm like, wait, what? What am I saying? Like, Freddy's like terrifying. It's like killed people. It's possessed by a literal dead child. And you're just tickling this little girl. What is happening? It was so weird.
Yeah. I don't think the story worked at all. Like them being were the big evil villains, and then, oh, just kidding, we're allies now, and then now at the end we're evil again. I'm like,
and then draw a picture and save us.
I cannot believe that anyone expected that to work.
It's also interesting. It's like a Halloween movie. It came out literally like 2 weeks ago. Like it needed to be, and it presented as a horror movie. Like I feel like even the trailers were like horror-y. Like it was. It was weird. Like, okay, and then knowing now that it's a game and you do in fact spend Five Nights at Freddy's. However, going into it, I was like, what? I didn't understand what the Five Nights was. Like, are we not on a timeline? Like, why is this like? I needed to see him in the office 5 times. Like, I needed like day, night, day, night, day. I needed 5 nights at Freddy's, and we didn't get it, which was really weird.
Yeah.
I thought that they maybe should have had like Wes Anderson title cards, like day one.
That's what he should have done.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that he actually spent 5 nights in there until I was going back and reading like the Wikipedia recap, and I was like, oh, actually, he did spend 5 nights in there. That would have been a recap, but I was too busy looking at Garrett's face 10 times over again.
Literally.
Yeah, there's even like moments I was reading about Easter eggs, like when Josh Hutcherson like is running in his dream and he trips on a rock and then he like wakes up in real life. He woke up at 6 a.m. So in the game, like you just have to survive until from like a certain time until 6 a.m. and then you're safe. So that was what was happening there. But that was not clear to me. To me, I was just like, oh, his watch woke him up.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing again. Like if you were a fan of this series and the lore, I think you're going to notice a lot of those things and really think they're cool. But if you're not, I think it's just kind of a lot of head scratching as of why are you building this whole narrative around this? And then I know just based off of like what I've been looking at, eventually William's daughter, I think her name's Vanessa, right, in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the same, whatever. She ends up turning into a character called Circus Baby, I believe, in the game, legit. And now that the movie ends off with her in a coma, I'm wondering if he's going to come back and like possess her or take her or do something, and if that's like where they're going. Because if you look at the lore breakdown between every game, there's a lot of lore and story there, but you just get like little pieces between each game. And I don't think it's until sister location. Yeah, so the daughter's soul possesses a smaller animatronic called Circus Baby, which predates the establishment of the restaurant chain, which doesn't make sense if the movie goes by this plan because it's like the timelines are all messed up. So like, I don't know, man. Like we know that Scott said that his name is Scott, right? That's Scott Cawthon. That,
Yes.
Cawthon. That's what I'll call him. That he signed a 3-picture deal. So there's going to be more. But it's like, where do you go from here? What do you do?
Yeah, where do you go from here? Because they left off like
Vanessa's in a coma.
Yeah, the Freddy's are they good now?
No, because
I'm calling them
the Freddy's. No, so I think the way the Freddy's I like how I'm just like, yeah, the Freddy's. No, because they tried to kill. They wanted Abby.
Yeah.
Abby.
They wanted Abby. And so clearly they were like evil again. And then William got into the costume. And then that was a whole... That has something to do with the lore, because the spring traps that are like in that costume,
that happens in the game.
Yeah,
right?
it happens in the game. There's a whole spring trap thing in the game, and he slowly dies because it gets set off or whatever, and then he becomes a new enemy called like Scrap Trap or something. It's a whole thing. So I'm thinking like then he dies in a different costume. I don't think he dies in the Bonnie costume, because that's what the yellow rabbit is. It's the Bonnie costume. So it's weird.
So it's like fans are like, well, it's actually like, it seems like all the bad stuff about this movie, they're like, oh, that's fun because it's the lore. But also it seems like a lot of the lore is not 1-to-1.
It's not. Scrap Trap. Yeah. So he survives the event. Spring Trap survives and now is known as Scrap Trap, but that is William Afton inside. So, but...
Interesting.
I can't.
And, so Carson, you were going to say something about which actor? You said you want to talk about a performance. Was it the sister or the aunt?
Yeah, Abby. Well, the aunt too.
Okay,
I
Abby,
think
the
it's
little
just,
sister. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just broadly, I will say I think just everyone was so poorly written, and it feels like everybody was like a surface character. And Britt, hearing you describe the game that you are like so excited about that's coming out this week, and that you've been playing forever, hearing you describe that, like there's so much depth and there's so many layers to that. And I feel like this movie, and I don't know how it is in the game, but it had no depth. Like I feel like these characters had no nuance to them. They had nothing to like grab onto. And Abby, like that was such a strange and bizarre character to me. Like, whenever she was like, whenever he said, "Did they tell you what happened to Garrett?" And she immediately was like, "I can ask."
Oh yeah.
It was just weird. Like,
like,
they're
okay.
just weird.
You're like, this isn't how humans behave.
Yeah. And it's okay. Speaking of how humans behave, the number one thing that set me off that I like saw in this movie where I was like, okay, this is going to be bad, is when he started. Okay, it's like the very beginning of the movie when Josh Hutcherson is still at his mall cop job, and he sees that little kid get taken by his dad, and he starts off in a full sprint. And then whenever he gets the guy, he starts beating the absolute shit out of him in public in his security guard shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, that's not normal behavior.
I think that was, the movie was saying that that's because of his trauma of like his little brother getting taken away, that he's just like a kidnapper. I must stop him. But let me ask you ladies this. Why could Josh Hutcherson not hold down a job? Was it because he's always beating people up, or is he just a horrible guy? They never explain like why he keeps getting like he cannot hold down a job.
And this kind of goes to what you were saying, Carson, is I think the lore itself isn't primarily focused on any one major character, from my understanding anyway. Obviously, you have William Afton, which is the guy who did all the terrible, awful things, but there's no real supporting characters. The focus, I think, is on the animatronics and the evil entities, blah, blah, blah. So it's like they had to, we know the script and this development went through hell, right? The history of this entire film. And so I think they just had to whip up some characters to support this core story, but it just didn't work. And I think that's why, like, yeah, these characters are just like very surface level. There's a lot of unanswered questions. Like, yeah, why can't you hold down a job? That's kind of odd. But yeah, I definitely like, again, that's why I wish it had focused more on the spookiness and the animatronics of it all.
Yeah. But there was one other line that I literally started laughing at, because I was like, this is not like...
Was it this line? Was it, "It's not just ghosts in the machine. It's their bodies." As if that, what does that change to us?
And here's the thing is I don't understand. Like, those bodies are full of wires and like other things. Is it hollowed out? Like, how is there a body inside of like... of that? Right. I've always wondered that. Even when I like learned the lore of this game, it's like it's a hollow cavity in there. Like, there's some shit moving on. So like, how is there? I don't probably want to know. It's fine.
Also, like, bodies decomp. Mm-hmm. Like, what's in there? It's talk about seepage. Okay, like they would be oozing out by now.
Yeah, and it's like you're saying, like, I can suspend for the disbelief for something horror like this, but I think what happened in this one is there's just too many questions and too many weird things that it all kind of just added up. And now my brain is just trying to figure out what happened and why it happened. I mean, listen, I had a few drinks before. I had some popcorn. Like, I was happy and content, but I was like, why? What? Like, what? Okay. And then I emailed Andy and I'm like, well, that sure went places.
I feel too like, after I heard the reception before I saw it, like everyone is saying this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. I honestly thought it started pretty strong. Yeah,
with that security officer getting mangled. Yeah.
Yes, that cold open. There was no dialogue, which was cool. It actually has cinematography, like in general.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some cool shots in there. The vibes of Freddy's was cool. I really liked that like training video that they showed.
Yeah.
I was like, this is sick. And then like somewhere along the lines, it just like got really bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. Like there's a scene where Josh Hutcherson is like trying to give his little sister the Freddy's badge.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I don't want it or something. And then he walks away and he like puts it in a drawer and he's like, I'm trying my best, Abby, okay? At this point, I was like, this movie has gone off the rails. Like everything just got too much of a mess.
Yeah, and I'm glad you bring that up because as someone like you two know your film, you know how to critique it, criticize it, you know what to look for. I feel like in film, like you're never given something that doesn't have a purpose, like generally, right? If you get a scene, okay, I'm glad y'all agree with me. And so when I saw that whole badge situation, I was like, is that going to alert the animatronics that Abby's like a good person and that you shouldn't murder her? Like, what was the point of all that? And then I think the overall point was just so she would open the drawer and find the custody paperwork. Yes. Yeah, okay. That was just bizarre.
It all leads back to the damn custody battle, which is like the worst part of this movie. It's crazy.
I didn't buy that Vanessa was a real cop.
Yeah, same.
Like,
at one point, I thought it was a ruse, but then it wasn't a ruse.
Okay, this was the line I was going to say earlier that literally, like, I was laughing out loud. It threw me for a loop. She said, she looked at him in the face and she goes, "Don't bring Abby here again or I'll shoot you."
That's right.
I was like, dead serious. And I was like, wait. Like...
I was like, wow.
Are you a cop?
Or
are you a criminal?
Yeah. And then when she turns on the animatronics for the first time, she's like, "Have you met them?" or whatever. And then she's like staring at him like it's fucking Santa Claus. She's like, "Wow." And it's like, okay, like, who are you, wackadoo, ma'am? I don't know, man. It was, I didn't believe she was a cop either. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that. I was like, is she for real? Is this like a Freddy badge she has on her jacket? Like, what's happening?
I was watching a scene and she was like wearing a sweater and I was like, okay, I really don't think she's a cop. But then I realized that this whole scene was like taking place inside some weird like police precinct. Like after Josh Hutcherson gets really badly injured, like he takes her there and I was like, so she is a cop. I was just trying to figure that out this whole movie.
Yeah. I don't know. It was you know, when I watch these movies and especially horror movies, I just kind of have like this doesn't sound really like a sixth sense for them because I've seen so many. And, you know, the more film you watch, I know you two can totally relate. The more you can like just pick up on certain things and predict certain things. And I just felt like this movie just threw me so many curveballs that I couldn't predict anything. Like the only thing I was able to predict was when the main dude's work counselor guy was like, "I do have one job for you." And I was like, oh, okay, this is the bad guy. You could just tell instantly. But other than that, I'm like, is she a real cop? Are these animatronics good or bad? Who is Abby? What is Garrett? What is this yellow bunny? I could not follow it.
I think though it was like too far away. Like we couldn't guess it, but it was so far away that I'm like, I guess that could happen, you know? Like it was just so far from what makes sense in our mind. But meanwhile, we're just like watching them. We're watching a montage of them build a fort, and they're like, "It's got to be the best fort ever," and it was a horrible fort.
It was really
that was
bad.
so weird. It was literally a stack of furniture.
Yeah. No, it was really strange, and it was like very like not everything. It just wasn't woven very well. Like not everything needed to be there. Not everything made sense. It was really. I'm gonna say it. It was really bad. It was like genuinely difficult to watch. Even.
Yeah, there were some moments that I enjoyed, like the opening. I thought was again we talked about. I thought that was a really good start, and then went the whole babysitter wrench with the custody battle. How the babysitters were working for the aunt. I mean, that scene where they all get like murdered and eaten was pretty fun. I'm like, okay, like this is kind of what I wanted, but that was so few far between. But yeah, overall,
that was the first time we see the animatronics like at all. Was with the aunt's like goons sent into the pizzeria, and that's why it was fun though, because it was like, ooh, finally we're getting to see the animatronics like do their thing and they're finally killing, and then like that was immediately taken away from us when it was like, actually they're good. I'm like, okay.
I know.
They seem pretty scary.
Yeah, even that scene felt like disconnected. Like it didn't feel, just because it was the first time that we were meeting them, and like, I don't know, it was introduced in like, this whole movie had like a really weird timeline, I think, because it was introduced in a time where I wasn't like fully invested in Josh Hutcherson. I didn't really like, he could like keep or lose his sister. It like really didn't matter to me. And so like the fact that the goons got murdered, I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. It was just like a very strange timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, my
Yeah,
Saw movie
I
comparison. That's what I wanted. I wanted it so
Yeah.
bad. That would have been so sick. Imagine, you're just, and the movie was what, like an hour 50 or something? It was really long, unnecessarily long.
Uh-huh.
Cut that down. I don't even care. Make it half the length and just put the dude in the fucking security.
Make it 45
minutes. Listen, like I'll watch Let's Plays of Five Nights at Freddy's that are 10 times more entertaining than that film was. But it's true because that's the spookiness. Like that's why we watch it, right? Is that heart pounding, that pulse, the oh my god, like where are they at? Like it could have been so. I mean, again, I don't make film, so maybe it's easier said than done. Kind of like how I'm like remake Ocarina of Time and it'll be so great. Annie appreciates that reference. I don't know, but I just feel like there could have been something. I feel like there has to be some fan films out there that are probably more along the lines of what we wanted. But what I always say is like, yo, if you're a fan of this and you loved it, I'm happy for you. Like, good for you, man. Go on with your bad self. But I think I just had wanted something a little different.
Yeah, I think that this maybe worked for like a lot of the fans because a lot of the fans are like 8 years old and, good on them. So
I don't know. Yeah, it was cringe, man. It was really cringe.
Can we talk real quick too about how like the whole thing concluded with like Abby having to make new drawings?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Mm-hmm.
And like earlier in the movie, we had this crazy, way overlong scene where the principal's talking to Josh Hutcherson and she's like, kids learn through their drawings.
Oh, yeah. You matter to her because she always draws you at the center of every drawing. Like, okay.
That was like, how you said earlier, Britt, like everything's important in a movie. That movie was reeking of like, well, this is important. I don't know how. And then like for it to come back later for the key to like winning over the animatronics is like, just draw them a little picture. I'm like, can they not hear words? Yeah. Like, I don't understand how that in your dreams, solves the problem.
When you're OD on sleeping
literally,
pills.
Yes.
In the very first scene that we meet the aunt, she says like, she's talking about Abby and she's like, and all she does is do these crazy drawings like that. It's like, that's our introduction. It's like, oh man, oh, what's wrong with that? Like she's a child, like she can play, she can draw. I don't know. It's very strange.
It was strange.
Let's count all the things that we had in this movie. Okay, so we had ghost animatronics. We had custody battle. We had nightmares about a kidnapping. We then had nightmares about dead children. We then had a cop ? we had a job recruiter /
yellow rabbit
serial killer
job. Yep. Then we had a father-daughter relationship
drama where he stabs her. Yeah.
Yes. We have sister-brother relationship drama. We have aunt-nephew relationship drama.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Josh Hutcherson can't keep a job. We've got Josh Hutcherson sleeps all the time. We've got the weird drawings.
We got the babysitter.
The babysitter.
The babysitter.
And the aunt is like trying to do crime and she has a lawyer that we keep looking at. He's cracking me up.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I shouldn't hear this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the babysitter who turns out to be a traitor who they all get murdered, right? And then shoved into a room or something.
Yes. And we have all of that instead of what the movie has on its own is just scary animatronics. Like, just give us scary animatronics and nothing else.
Give us 5 nights of Freddy's. That's all we're asking.
Not 5 days at home. Not 5 stupid plot
5
twists.
dreams.
Yeah, 5 dreams.
5 dead relatives, like his dad or his mom died, then his dad committed suicide. It was like,
right. And then the part where he's dreaming and the kids are like, you can be with Garrett forever, just accept our deal. And he was like, yes, Oh wait, no, too late. The Abby's ours.
Whenever he said, I'll do anything. I'll give you anything.
And I knew
anything you want.
Thank you.
Me too.
Yeah, that is the one thing I did predict from that. As soon as any character in any movie says I'll do anything, it's always worst case scenario. Such a giveaway for what that was going to be. And I paused and I told my husband, I'm like, okay, well, I see where this part of this is going, and sure as shit. Yeah.
So yeah, if anyone has any closing thoughts too, feel free.
Yes, I do. This is more of a question than a thought. Matthew Lillard, 2023 Smash or Pass?
I have to Google who that was.
Scooby.
Oh, that's the Scooby.
That's the
Scooby?
The bad guy.
Oh, that's the dude that killed everybody. Is that Scooby?
No.
Yes.
It's
Shaggy,
not Scooby.
Shaggy.
It's Shaggy.
I was like, that's the voice of Scooby?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, no, Shaggy.
Wait, he was also in Scream, so he's like an OG horror guy.
Oh no, I can't see him past like the creepy dude. Here's the thing: I don't know actors all that well. All I see is the guy who murdered a bunch of kids and then turned into an animatronic. And so no, hell, pass.
So pass.
Absolutely.
I'm going pass because I don't think I ever was a smash on this man. He's got something going on that I'm not enjoying. I thought you were going to ask about Josh Hutcherson.
No, everybody knows Smash.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't even have to be said.
Well, Matthew Lillard 2023 is a smash for me.
Nice.
What did it for you?
I think his hair.
The hair.
I think the gray.
See, I did compliment his hair because Gus, my husband, was like, "Yo, I think Josh Hutcherson needs a new hairstyle," and I agree. It's time for a new look.
Yeah.
I think that man needs a stylist. Actually,
Yeah, I would say Matthew Lillard, very handsome man, absolutely. But just I can't see past the whole villain thing as of right now. Maybe if I saw him in a different role, I'd be like, okay. But yeah,
that's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, listeners, write in. Smash or pass. Shaggy 2023. All right, Carson, what's your movie Maven score?
I don't know. Less than 5. 4.
Less than 5. Just a general.
Yeah, I think I would give it like a 3.5. I had to think about that one.
This is the part where I say no decimals because our average will inevitably be a decimal.
Okay. Well, my math teacher
shitstorm.
always taught me to round up, so I'll say a 4 as well.
I will give it. Yeah. I guess it is a 4. I'm thinking about 5s. I'm thinking about 3s. 5 seems too good for it, and 3 seems too harsh.
Yeah, I give it the 4 because of the, like I said, those moments. Again, like I think maybe a lot of this just came down to expectations versus what we actually got. And so my expectations had been something spooky, something that's going to make me scared and kind of give me that same feeling the game did, and then didn't do any of those things. And I know it did a lot of fan service, but as someone who doesn't know all the lore, like as much as obviously everybody else does, I just didn't appreciate it as much. But, you know, again, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So,
yeah. And here we are.
It was fun to watch, though.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think because of like how just actually cringe it was.
Oh, yeah, that's where you're going with that. Yeah, sure, that's fair. I mean, I had a good, like I said, I had a good time watching it. Like I said, I had some drinks. But it was just like I think I had a lot of fun asking why. Like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
I think that's why it's a 4 and not like a 2, is because it's actually like, you can get through it no problem because it is so wild. I do want to explain to Carson, the game, the way the game works is you're just in a security office and all you can do is like close a door on your left, close a door on your right, or turn lights on the left or on the right. And then you have a set of cameras you can pull up and you click on a number of rooms. Like I want to look at camera 1 and you click on camera 1, it's in this room. I want to look at camera 2 and so on and so forth. And you see the room, the stage full of Freddy's, as I'm going to refer to them from now on. And then you like look through all the rooms, and when you return to the Freddy's, one would be gone. And then you're like trying to find where they are, and they're like slowly getting closer and closer to you. But every time you use the cameras or close the door or use the light, it drains your power. And you have to make it till 6 a.m. without draining your power so you can live. And I didn't make it. And the worst thing is that I hadn't even watched gameplay of Freddy's. I was very removed from this world. I thought that they would just like run into the office, like where you are, and get you. But like you have the cameras up, and when I pulled it down, it was like right there. That was how the jump scare operated. When I tell you, okay, so we put our PC out into the living room, and we're sitting on, I'm playing on a couch now.
Nice.
It's beautiful. I love it. And I have like a little stand with like a keyboard and mouse for me to play that's like on my lap. When that jump scare happened, I screamed so loud. And for some reason, my instinct was to like, just like slide, just like do one of these. But like really, really, really quickly. And my arms shot up so I wouldn't knock it over. I don't know how I wish I recorded it so badly.
Reaction. But it is so terrified. And that's like,
it was so scary.
And that's what's so crazy about it is you'll look at the different cameras, and if Freddy's here, then you know Foxy must be over here, or if Foxy's not there, then you know you have literally a split second to turn the light on. Otherwise, Foxy's gonna jump your ass. Like, it's a whole thing, and I can't. I just watch some gameplay of people who know what they're doing. It's fascinating.
And I would watch it because I'm curious like where it goes. Yeah. But after that, I like handed the mouse to my husband. I was like, "You want to try?" And he was like, "No, I do not want to try." After seeing my reaction, so it's scary, and the movie wasn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the movie Maven score is a 4 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. I did like the animatronics real quick. I wanted to give a shout out to them. They looked good. Yeah. They looked really good, and they were really creepy. I just wish they had murdered.
And they were real.
Yeah, that's what's so cool about it. Shout out to that. I just wish they had murdered more people.
Hard agree.
Yeah, true. Well, Britt, thank you so much for coming on. We really enjoyed this. This was so much fun. And where can people find you on the internet? How can they hear more of your video game expertise?
Ooh. Well, so this was really fun for me. Thanks all for having me on. So I am the co-founder of the Good Games podcast, and we put out new video game episodes every Friday. Well, we did, but we're currently on a few-month hiatus, just taking some time for R&R. Our third member is about to have her first baby. So we're taking some time off for her and for the holidays, but we will be back in February with those weekly episodes. Until then, though, you can find me at X, Twitter. I hate saying X. I just feel so cringe when I say that. I hate at Blonde Nerd.
It's like saying Max.
I post other places. It's all the same username, Blonde Nerd. So you can find me there and all that good stuff. And also, I have to give a huge shout out to Annie, who has been freaking wonderful. You have been so lovely to work with, and you have helped Andrea and I so much at What's Good Games. So thank you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for saying that.
You are a gem, my dear. Like, we could not do it without you.
She really is.
I know. Like, legit. We're like, Annie, help us with this clip. The clips she puts together clips for our show. Just thank you so much. You're so good at it. And like the burp compilation you made, hilarious.
Yeah, I had been sitting on clips. I had a whole sequence that was just like burps.
It's me.
And I knew one day that saving those would come in handy.
God,
and
so funny. It
did.
Thank you. But this was really fun. And if you have any other video game movies, let me know. I would be happy to come on.
Absolutely. We loved having you. It's my dream to get, let's have like a girl party. We've had Joey Noelle on before. So it'd be fun to have a big group of us. I think that'd be really cool.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Always down for that.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Well, thanks so much for coming on. Until next time. Movie Mavens out.
Okay. Should we move on to talk about Brigsby Bear?
Yes, let's move on.
Everything's very big. It's really very big.
The reason you're here, the reason I'm here is all just to help you.
Everyone says they're trying to help me, but nobody can find me the new episode of Brigsby.
There wasn't a new episode this week. This is about moving on with the rest of your life.
Try to imagine a hero.
Just be normal, all right?
Hi, I'm James. I really like your clothes.
He's not on the bad side. He's on the good side.
Yes! You, Brigsby Bear, our keeper of the light.
Have you ever been with a girl?
And you really want to do this with me?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff like this out there.
You're my friend.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, Annie, please hit me with some Brigsby Bear facts.
Brigsby Bear came out in 2017. It was written by Kevin Costello and Kyle Mooney. It was directed by Dave McCary, Dave McCary is the SNL writer who eventually dated Emma Stone. I don't know if they're still together. I remember when that happened back in the day. It's starring Kyle Mooney, Mark Hamill, Greg Kinnear, Andy Samberg, and Claire Danes. Honestly, stacked cast.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a description from IMDb. After being freed from his alien... Whoa, I don't know why I was going to say alien. After being freed from his life in an underground bunker, a man sets out to make a movie of the only TV show he has ever known. This has an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, Carson, this is your first time seeing this? And what did you think?
Yes. I had never even heard of it before. Okay, I like this premise, and I really wanted to like this movie. And I had some fun with it, I think. Ultimately, I feel like it took a really long time to get to where it was going. And once it got there, it just like wasn't as maybe fulfilling, maybe entertaining as I think I wanted it to be. But I liked some of the performances, and like I liked some of the characters. And yeah, like I did like this premise, but I think it just like it really unfortunately fell flat for me. But this movie, like this genre, this vibe, the vibe genre really gave Taika Waititi. I mentioned this to you earlier. Did you also get this vibe? Because it was so not Lonely Island.
Okay, so this movie's produced by Lonely Island, and first of all, I gotta say that their Lonely Island classics, which is supposed to be like the Sony Picture Classics, their production logo cracks me up. Because
it's so funny. Yeah.
For folks that don't know the like Sony Picture Classics, like when that comes on, you're gonna watch like a certain type of film that's like arty and important. And this movie's just like a fun goof. It is not Lonely Island. It is very Taika Waititi, and I didn't make that connection while watching it, but you saying it now, I totally see it. But I did notice while watching, it's not Lonely Island. Its tone is, I think, more mature and more interesting for me personally than like if this were a Lonely Island, because it is oddly like serious at times, and heartwarming at other times. And I really liked the tone that it had. It made me laugh, but it also like made me care. What you said something earlier about how it took a long time to get to where it was going, and I think because the movie is just kind of like hanging out until they find the goal of like, let's make this a movie. Yeah, and it feels
which is
like two different things in that way.
Yeah, it's like I feel like the full first act was very much like I watched with my boyfriend, and I just kept saying like, I need context. Give me an ounce of context. Just something
in the opening,
in like the full like first act. And I don't know, like I wonder if it's the pace. I wonder if it's just because you know what else this kind of reminded me of was Lars and the Real Girl. Did you ever see that?
Totally.
Yeah, but it was just like, I don't know. I there was something so just off in the first act that like, yeah, it felt like it took forever, but like, I mean, there was things happening. It's not like it was stagnant. There were conversations being had.
I actually really liked how it just like puts you in this world, and it's like you're like, where are they? is this the apocalypse? And then as you learn, like, wait, no, it's not the apocalypse. What's this weird show? Like, I actually love all of that. But I agree that it doesn't like transition very smoothly into what this movie becomes, and it takes a while to do that.
Yeah. What's your relationship with this movie? Have you seen it before?
I saw it when it came out in theaters, and probably just because Kyle Mooney was in it, and he's like a funny guy. And he was probably bigger at the time, like more present, like on YouTube and stuff. And I liked it when it came out, and I liked it again. Like, it still worked for me. The not knowing what's going on in the beginning and all the weird tech that they have and like all the questions that I have are fun to like figure out as the movie goes on. And then it transitions into let's make a film with my best friends, and I'm like, let's go there, because like that just resonates with me.
Yeah.
Lars and the Real Girl.
I think so.
Any movie where like friends are gonna make a film, I am there, because it's just like so personal to me, and that's like all I was doing growing up. So I'm definitely biased, but I think that the movie itself wasn't as like it should have been more emotional in the way that like Theater Camp was really good, really funny, and like resolved some emotions. And I think this final film like didn't do those things.
Yeah.
Just to compare it to a similar movie where it's like we're working towards this goal, you know?
Yeah. And then too, like, even at the end, like he was working so hard with like his all of his best friends and his family. And then at the end, like for him to not enjoy the movie like with everybody.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that was how they chose for it to happen. Like, it felt like they could have like wrote a better version of that scene. When he's talking to Spence, who's like becomes his best friend, which I absolutely adore. And Spence is like, yo, guess what? I watched Brigsby Bear. And he's like, you watched it? And he's like, and I loved it. And Kyle Mooney's reaction just warmed my heart. Like, it was just like watching a kid make a friend and in real time. And like his response when he says like, you're my friend, I've like died, I melted. So when he was watching the movie, I think it should have been that feeling, but times 10. Like, oh my God. Like, I have made friends. I have made a movie, and it's good, and everyone here likes it, and I've come so far. It should have been like that. And instead it was just like him hiding in the bathroom for like, there was no good reason that the movie gave.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of quirks about this character. Obviously, he's like a quirky character. I mean, he spent his whole life in a bunker, and wasn't exposed to anything in the outside world. And so obviously he's going to be a little quirky, but I felt like he was like, there were some things about him that really got on my nerves that I didn't want. Like, I didn't want to be annoyed at this character. I really wanted to like him. Like, he would, like, someone would deliver a piece of information to him, and then he would interpret it in his like whatever bunker mind, and then he would give it back to them in his own language, instead of like learning about the real world. I don't know, like there was just like little weird things where I was like, be a little normal. Like, try.
I have a note here that just says, I love this neurodivergence rep. I was like, yes, that's so funny that you were like annoyed by him, but I don't know like how much Kyle Mooney videos you were watching back in the day, like his sketches on YouTube, and him being that awkward guy just like is his character, that is his bit. So
okay.
Yeah, so I was probably just used to that, you know. I'm just like, oh, that's just him being funny. Okay. So I think I could see what you're saying, is what I'm getting at.
Much like having no background on
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's, I also had
You're like, why do I gotta do so much damn homework to watch movies these days? Gah. Just to enjoy the damn thing. No, those notes are so valid where it's like, no, the point should be that you have no homework to do. It should be successful to someone that knows nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Like you. Just kidding. That's why you are my co-host. Oh my God. That is a total joke. Okay, here's another weird inside thing from this. Mark Hamill, his like pretend dad, is like when he was in acting, he was Luke Skywalker, and then he became a really good voice actor, and that was like primarily how he got work until recently.
Oh.
Or like semi-recently.
I didn't know that.
And he was like a really, really good one. He's like profound. Like he is the Joker in the Batman animated series. And
wow.
So for him to like do all the voices in Brigsby and him have to like go back to jail to like get the dad's voices at the end was, I think, it was like cute how it like is also Mark Hamill.
Which, by the way, I hated that he went back to jail.
Yeah, that he didn't see that his parents were bad, basically.
Yeah. No, that made me really uncomfortable. And that then everybody was okay with it and like didn't try to educate him. That's what I mean by like, I don't know, he just like wouldn't pick up on information. And it was obvious that he was like not dumb. Like he was a really smart guy and he just like wasn't picking up on like regular human behavior. Which, okay, now that you bring in a obviously he was neurodivergent.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, like, he wouldn't pick up on normal behavior. But for me, I don't know. It's just like...
But you felt like he never got better at it. Because I think he did get better.
Yeah, no.
Incrementally, though.
Well, there was one moment when the cops came and got him at that diner whenever he was talking to one of the whatever her name was.
He's like, they're here for me.
Yeah, and then he was like, don't tackle me again or whatever.
That was funny. And I had so many goofs, so many laugh out loud moments in this movie.
Yeah.
I did.
I don't know. It fell flat for me,
Dang.
unfortunately. I wanted to like it. I had high hopes.
Darn.
But I think oh my God, and then it was Alexa Demi too. That was cool to see. The love interest, I don't remember her name.
Well, who's Alexa Deming though?
She's in Euphoria.
Oh,
she plays Maddie
yeah, she is in
Euphoria.
Okay, I never watched that show, but yeah, she is.
She's literally 30 years old playing a high school student.
Wow, and she's crushing it.
She really is.
That's crazy.
Props to her. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think it's really funny too. I just got to point out that like at the end, when his real parents are like going to send him to like the psych ward because of his obsession with Brigsby, they think it's just like gone too far. When in reality, he's actually just like become a filmmaker. I was like, oh man. He's actually just a nerd, and they're like, something's wrong with him. But it's so funny because at that point, like he had made friends, he had like socially acclimated, at least in my eyes. So I thought it was funny that they were like, you're crazy, but he's just like, I'm just trying to make a movie.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, that was his whole life. Like he didn't know anything else, you know. Like
truly,
of course he was obsessed with it. Like of course he is like gonna still bring it into his life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but whenever he went to the psych ward, I was like, yeah, this is the kind of structure and regiment that this man needs. He needs 3 square meals a day. He needs to have his time to watch Brigsby. He needs to have a bedtime. I was like, yes, I'm supportive of this.
But you let him free and he makes a movie like almost immediately. I'm like, I don't know. There's something to be said about that.
I know. No, I mean, no, that was a joke.
There seems to be, he literally needed like a transition period where they like taught him and explained to him everything. And so they kind of just threw him into the deep end.
Yeah.
And then got mad at him for being weird.
Yeah.
I blame this on his
Right.
real parents at this point. It didn't seem like they
I mean-
tried very hard to like. I don't know, but he's also an adult. Anyway,
You know what else I kind of thought? Did we get an explanation for the bunker or no?
I think that.
or
Oh, go ahead.
or for Brigsby, or was it just like they were neurotic and
They stole the baby, or she
Yeah,
stole
I
the
got
baby,
that.
and then I think
Yeah.
they did the bunker because they didn't want to get caught for stealing a baby.
okay.
And then the dad made the show for him in the bunker, like to give him education and like a good life. But I think too, the dad just like had this like creative monster inside of him. He had to get out basically. And that is like also what the main character had. And I think that's what the explanation was. Was there another question, or does that feel satisfying to you, or not really?
I mean, not really. I think it's just weird.
It is weird.
I think it's just weird, and I think it's just like a little too loose. Like it didn't feel tight. It didn't feel like I don't know. I think it's really good to know and understand that this is a YouTube character. Like that now I'm getting some like, oh, okay, it's giving like Miranda Sings, like the she did that show Haters Back Off. And then Fred, I don't know if you remember Fred from
I don't think
YouTube,
it's those
like a
two
YouTube character.
I do remember Fred. Like, it's Fred, that guy.
Yeah, but it's like based on a character.
Oh, okay. No, I think it's different than that. It's not that it's not that far.
Okay.
He's not a YouTuber. He like is an SNL guy who probably got found because he was making funny sketches, or he was making those as auditions. And the character that he is like, I don't mean character like YouTube character. I mean like that is Kyle Mooney's bit, is like to be this awkward guy. But he's not a personality.
Okay.
It's his bit. So if you know him, you know his bit.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does. And it's good to have that context. It's good to have that backstory. I think it just like works for, I think I'm just not the target audience, I guess.
Who do you think is?
People who like comedy.
Okay, is that why you think it isn't for you? You thought it wasn't funny, or you think the humor wasn't like in line with your humor, so you were like, not, that's what it was?
I didn't think it was funny at all.
Okay. So that's probably what it was. I think it was just a different brand of humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
No right or wrong either. It's just different.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like it's a fine movie.
And I thought it was very funny. Like, okay, these are two moments that were funny to me, so you know the brand.
Okay.
Kyle Mooney is like in questioning, or after he gets like saved from his fake parents, and Greg Kinnear's asking him all these questions, and then finally Greg Kinnear's like, "What's that on your shirt there?" And he has a shirt with like the Brigsby Bear on it, and he goes, "It's Brigsby." And then we cut to the shirt, and he's like holding it out, and we pan down from the bear, and then the words "It's Brigsby" are like on the shirt. That sort of thing cracked me up. When he's on Google, actually we don't even see him on Google, we just see it like full size screen of Google, and he says, "How do I learn cool fighting styles? I want to learn them." Like that's what he types into the search bar. That killed me.
At one point he was Googling something and he put "thank you" at the end.
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, so there was a lot that I was laughing at, but this sounds just like a not different strokes sort of resolution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Agree to disagree.
Okay, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Wow. All right, 6.5 out of 10. Brigsby Bear. I would recommend this, but would you recommend it? Would you go even that far?
Nope.
All right, folks. It's up to you, listeners. Write in.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you thank you so much for listening, and thanks Britt for coming on.
Yeah.
Go listen to her podcast. What's Good Games? Sorry, that's a genius podcast name. Just imagine going to YouTube and being like, I want a new game, and then typing in what's good games. And then look, there's a podcast.
Like for SEO, you mean?
Yes. Yeah, but also like for discoverability. Like imagine just looking up like what's good games. Even like looking on YouTube, TikTok, anywhere.
That's
true. Genius. Britt, shout out. You guys are genius.
Girls
over
get
there.
it done.
Anyway, if you would like a free sticker, a free Movie Maven sticker, we want to give them to you. Oh no, actually we don't have any more stickers.
No, I have some.
Well, we have. Okay, we do have stickers. I no longer have any stickers. If you want a free sticker, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify and send us a screenshot of that review, and we will send it to you. The free sticker, that is. That's it. Follow us on Instagram at Movie Mavens. Write us an email at moviemavenspodcast@gmail.com. That's it. Movie Mavens all the way out.